Happiness. It's a word we all chase, an emotion we all desire, yet so often it seems like an elusive dream. We all strive for it, but few of us truly unlock its lasting power. What if I told you that the secret to lasting happiness is not a far-off concept or something you need to search for endlessly? It's within you, waiting to be discovered. The first step in this journey is understanding that happiness is not a destination, but a practice. It's not about achieving some future goal or owning something material. It's about the choices you make today. The way you think, feel, and act in the present moment shapes the happiness you experience every day. So let's pause for a second and ask ourselves, what makes us truly happy? It's easy to get caught up in the idea of external success or fleeting pleasures, but real, lasting happiness comes from a deeper place. It stems from within, from the way we view the world and ourselves. Imagine for a moment that happiness isn't something you have to chase. What if it's something you can create right now? This is where the journey of unlocking happiness truly begins, with awareness, intention, and the willingness to shift your perspective. Once you realize that happiness is a choice, the door to a fulfilling, joyful life swings wide open. You might be wondering, how can something so simple be the key to happiness? The truth is, the simple things in life often carry the most profound impact. Let's start with gratitude. It's one of the most powerful tools you can use to invite more happiness into your life. When you take a moment each day to appreciate what you have, whether it's your health, your family, or even the beauty of nature around you, you shift your focus from what's lacking to what's abundant. This shift in perspective is like opening a window in a dark room, letting the light of joy flood in. It's easy to get caught up in the noise of life, to dwell on what's not going well. But gratitude has a transformative power. It doesn't just make you feel better in the moment, it rewires your brain to focus on the positive. Studies have shown that people who practice gratitude regularly experience lower levels of stress, improved relationships, and a greater sense of overall well-being. The more you practice it, the more natural it becomes. And over time, it becomes a cornerstone of your happiness. So ask yourself, what are you grateful for right now? Take a moment to reflect on that and notice how it shifts your mood. Happiness isn't a distant, unattainable dream. It's something you can begin to cultivate today, right in this very moment. Now let's talk about the role of mindset in happiness. Your thoughts shape your reality. It's a simple yet powerful truth. When you choose to see the world through a lens of optimism and possibility, you unlock a level of happiness that can weather even the toughest storms. Think of your mind as a garden. If you plant seeds of positivity, hope, and resilience, you'll eventually grow a lush, thriving garden of happiness. On the other hand, if you focus on negativity, doubt, and fear, you'll find your happiness wilting. But the beauty of the mind is that it's always in a state of flux. You have the power to choose your thoughts. And with practice, you can train your mind to focus on the good, the uplifting, and the beautiful. The first step is becoming aware of the patterns of thought that hold you back. Do you often catch yourself thinking negatively or doubting your worth? These thoughts are not your truth. They're just patterns that can be changed. By challenging these negative beliefs and replacing them with affirmations of self-love, gratitude, and optimism, you begin to shift your internal narrative. And as your inner world transforms, so too does your outer reality. Happiness isn't found in external circumstances, it's found in how you choose to perceive and respond to them. As you continue to explore this journey, it's important to recognize the role of self-compassion. We can be our own worst critics, constantly pushing ourselves to do more, achieve more, and be more. But in doing so, we often neglect to show ourselves the kindness we so freely offer others. Self-compassion is the practice of treating yourself with the same love and understanding that you would show a close friend. It's about accepting yourself, flaws and all, and recognizing that you deserve happiness and peace just as much as anyone else. When you cultivate self-compassion, you create a safe space within yourself where you can rest and recharge without judgment. It's a radical act of self-care in a world that often values productivity over well-being. So when you make mistakes or when things don't go according to plan, remember to treat yourself with grace. You're doing the best you can, and that is enough. In fact, it's more than enough. As you learn to be gentle with yourself, you begin to release the guilt, shame, and self-criticism that rob you of happiness. Self-compassion is not just a feel-good concept. It's a powerful tool for creating a lasting sense of inner peace and joy. The next step in unlocking lasting happiness is embracing the power of connection. Humans are inherently social beings, and our relationships play a crucial role in our well-being. We often hear that it's not about the quantity of friends we have, but the quality of those connections. This is so true. Meaningful relationships create a foundation of support, love, and joy that can carry us through the ups and downs of life. But it's not just about seeking out connection, it's about nurturing it. In today's fast-paced digital world, it's easy to feel disconnected despite being constantly surrounded by people. True connection requires presence, vulnerability, and effort. It's about showing up for the people in your life, not just physically, but emotionally and mentally. When you allow yourself to be vulnerable, when you share your joys and struggles with others, you invite a deeper level of connection, and in turn, you allow others to do the same. These authentic connections are where happiness thrives. They remind us that we are not alone, that we are supported, and that love exists in the world, even in the most challenging times. So take a moment today to reach out to someone you care about. A simple message, a phone call, or a hug can create a ripple effect of happiness that extends far beyond the moment. Now, let's talk about the importance of self-discipline in cultivating lasting happiness. It might sound counterintuitive. How can discipline lead to happiness? Isn't happiness supposed to be about doing whatever feels good in the moment? While instant gratification can provide fleeting moments of pleasure, true happiness is often built on the foundation of healthy habits and long-term goals. When you develop the discipline to stick to your values and follow through on commitments, you create a sense of fulfillment that brings lasting joy. It's about showing up for yourself even when it's hard and taking care of your mind and body. Regular exercise, eating nourishing foods, practicing mindfulness, and getting enough sleep all contribute to a more balanced and happy life. By building these habits into your daily routine, you create a lifestyle that supports your overall well-being. The beauty of discipline is that it doesn't restrict happiness, it enhances it. It creates the structure and stability that allow joy to flourish. So start small. Choose one habit you want to cultivate, whether it's reading for 10 minutes each day, journaling your thoughts, or practicing a quick meditation. Over time, these small acts of self-discipline will compound and lead to a greater sense of happiness and satisfaction. Another powerful tool in unlocking lasting happiness is forgiveness. Holding on to grudges, resentment, or past hurts only weighs you down, preventing you from fully embracing the present moment. When we forgive others and ourselves, we free ourselves from the emotional burden of negativity. It doesn't mean that we condone hurtful behavior or forget the wrongs that have been done to us, but it means that we choose to release the emotional hold those experiences have on us. Forgiveness is a gift we give ourselves, a way of letting go of the past so we can fully step into our future. It's not always easy to forgive, especially when the wounds run deep, but the act of releasing anger and hurt is incredibly liberating. By forgiving, we reclaim our peace and our power. And just as importantly, we open the door to love and connection. When we let go of judgment and resentment, we make room for compassion, understanding, and empathy. These are the building blocks of happiness. So ask yourself, is there someone, whether it's someone else or even yourself, that you need to forgive? Take a deep breath and allow the healing process to begin. One of the most overlooked aspects of happiness is the importance of play. As adults, we often forget the joy that comes from simply having fun. We get so caught up in responsibilities, work, and the weight of everyday life that we neglect to take time for play. But play is not just for children, it's essential for adults too. Engaging in activities that make you feel lighthearted, creative, and carefree can have a profound impact on your mood and well-being. Whether it's playing a sport, dancing, painting, or simply laughing with friends, play allows you to release stress and reconnect with your sense of joy. It reminds us that life doesn't always have to be serious. Play helps us tap into our inner child, a place of wonder, curiosity, and excitement. By making time for play, you invite more spontaneity and freedom into your life, which in turn nurtures happiness. So this week, find something playful to do. It doesn't have to be anything big, just something that brings a smile to your face and reminds you that life is meant to be enjoyed. Play is not a luxury, it's a necessity for your mental and emotional well-being. As you continue on your path to lasting happiness, it's essential to recognize the role of self-awareness. Understanding yourself, the way you think, feel, and react to situations, is a key to unlocking deeper levels of joy. Self-awareness is about being present with your emotions, noticing when they arise, and allowing yourself the space to process them without judgment. It's easy to get swept up in the rush of life, to react impulsively, or to ignore uncomfortable feelings. But by cultivating self-awareness, you create a safe space to explore your inner world. When you become aware of your triggers, your desires, and your fears, you can respond to life with greater clarity and intentionality. Self-awareness allows you to make choices that align with your true values rather than being driven by external pressures or automatic reactions. It also gives you the tools to practice self-regulation, managing your emotions and behaviors in a way that supports your well-being. The more aware you become of yourself, the more empowered you are to shape your reality. So take a moment each day to check in with yourself. How are you feeling? What's going on in your mind? The answers to these questions can help you navigate life with more purpose, peace, and ultimately, happiness. As we delve deeper into the journey of lasting happiness, let's talk about the importance of embracing change. Life is in constant flux, and resisting change only creates stress and unhappiness. The truth is, change is a natural part of life, and it's often through embracing it that we find new opportunities for growth and joy. When we hold on too tightly to the past or cling to old ways of thinking, we block the flow of new experiences and possibilities. Happiness comes when we allow ourselves to evolve, to let go of what no longer serves us, and to welcome the new. This doesn't mean that change is always easy. It can be uncomfortable and uncertain at times, but it's in those moments of discomfort that we often experience the most profound personal growth. Change invites us to step out of our comfort zones, to try new things, and to see the world with fresh eyes. It encourages us to be more adaptable and resilient, which in turn fosters a sense of strength and fulfillment. The key is to shift your mindset from seeing change as a threat to viewing it as an exciting opportunity. So the next time you face a change, big or small, remember that it's not something to fear. Instead, embrace it as the gateway to a richer, more rewarding life. Happiness isn't about staying the same. It's about growing and evolving in ways that align with who you are meant to be. Another critical aspect of unlocking lasting happiness is understanding the importance of boundaries. In our fast-paced, interconnected world, it's easy to get overwhelmed by the demands of others, whether it's work, family, or social obligations. But in order to protect your mental and emotional well-being, it's essential to establish and maintain clear boundaries. Setting boundaries is not about being selfish or unkind. It's about honoring your own needs and priorities. It's about recognizing that your time, energy, and emotional resources are limited and choosing how to allocate them in a way that aligns with your values and goals. When you set healthy boundaries, you create the space to focus on what truly matters without the constant pull of external pressures. You also give others the opportunity to respect your limits, which fosters healthier, more balanced relationships. Boundaries allow you to say no when you need to without guilt, and to say yes to the things that bring you joy and fulfillment. They empower you to take control of your life rather than allowing others to dictate your actions and emotions. Remember, you have the right to protect your peace. Establishing boundaries is a form of self-respect and a crucial step toward cultivating lasting happiness. While we're talking about boundaries, it's also essential to mention the importance of managing your energy. We all have a limited amount of energy each day, and how we spend it plays a huge role in our happiness. It's easy to get caught up in tasks, obligations, and distractions, but if we're not mindful of where we invest our energy, we can easily become depleted and overwhelmed. Happiness isn't just about doing more, it's about doing the right things, the things that nourish you and bring you joy. Take a moment to reflect on your daily energy investments. Are you spending your time and energy on activities that drain you, or are you prioritizing the things that fuel your happiness? Sometimes this means saying no to things that aren't serving you, or making conscious choices to engage in activities that align with your passions and values. Managing your energy also involves taking time to rest and recharge. You don't have to be constantly on in order to be happy. In fact, true happiness comes from a balance of effort and rest, of action and stillness. By being intentional about where you invest your energy, you can cultivate a life that feels aligned, balanced, and full of joy. So take a step back and evaluate, where are you directing your energy? Are you investing in your happiness, or is it being scattered in too many directions?